This is the Skeptical Student Show, created as a part of Podcast Lab by India Film Project in association with Anchor by Spotify.
You can always listen to the episode on Fast Forward and follow the podcast to never miss new episodes.
Hello everyone, I'm Gavish and I welcome you to the Skeptical Student Show once again. We are back with another episode taking dibs at the Indian education system this time, from infrastructure to quality, with an outdated syllabus, an exam-centric approach, theory-based curriculum, emphasis on rote learning, lack of holistic approach, low priority to extracurricular activities, and numerous other issues plaguing institutions in India. It becomes difficult to provide effective education.
Response segment.
So I had put up this question. What is the purpose of education in India, with special emphasis on India, by making it capital? The respondents were quick to reply with sarcasm, and I had fun reading all the responses honestly. Several responses mentioned to get better jobs. The purpose is to create job seekers. However, if the purpose is supposedly to land jobs somehow, then why was it that India's employment rate remained only 37.87% according to Economic Times in September 2021? Should the purpose be only limited to job creation? I'll let you decide that. Someone else said to manufacture robots that can work from 9 to 5 without complaining of minimum wages. Well, the Britishers had exactly the same motive in mind whilst installing the education system, but we'll not dive into its history.
Blast from the past segment.
I wasn't always the top scorer in class. In fact, my graph declined during the phase from 3rd to 6th standard due to my own reasons, and things looked bleak. But then I changed schools, came to Bhopal, and things started looking up. But still, I was doing terrible for myself in mathematics. It was only after 11th standard when I truly discovered myself. There was also a tendency from others around to stop me from taking part in extracurriculars. The idea behind which I never fully understood, because extracurricular activities helped me further better my academics and not the other way around. I went on to top my school in 12th, came to DU, and still have far way to go. Point being that it is false if you think you can't change your present condition for the better, because with hard work, smart work, and determination, anything is possible.
Problem pinpoints and seeking solutions segment.
One of the biggest issues in our education system is the emphasis laid on rote learning, wherein there is this compulsion to learn the textbook word by word without grasping any actual knowledge. And this goes without saying that theoretical knowledge prevails over practical one in this system. Things need to change in this context. Another issue which more people should be talking about is how real-life skills are almost missing from education, like how to write cold emails, pay our taxes, invest our money, emotional intelligence, etc. Secondly, the system and the people in it are obsessed with unhealthy competition and comparison. We need to learn as a society that not everyone is part of the same race, and I had already made an episode on how marks don't define us. Also, comparison is not only limited to people but what they do, to the extent that dignity of labor goes endangered. There has to be an ideal job, an ideal stream, about which we talked in the Humiliation of Humanities episode. It seems like there is lack of opportunities because everyone is busy running the same rat race. Third, India is apparently the land of gurus. Then why have the teachers been in a questionable state? They are underpaid, overworked, disrespected. Moreover, teaching is not even considered a real occupation by some. Again, the question of dignity of labor. We need to realize that best of the best people are required to take up teaching jobs to save the sinking education system in India. However, there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel. Things are changing little by little. The no-fail policy had been reversed, wherein a student wasn't allowed to fail until 8th standard, as this would only widen the gap between him and the education he deserves. Vocational training and extracurriculars are also being given due recognition. And the government seems to be serious, as the new education policy had been introduced only last year. But is this much seriousness enough? That is perhaps a topic for some other day.
Moral of the episode.
Coming to what you can take away from this episode. Contrary to the popular belief of our education system, you should ask more questions and not be afraid to fail or make mistakes. Find your purpose, discover yourself, and make the right choices. We all know that education system in India is flawed, and it isn't bound to change overnight. So give it your best shot without giving up, and try to learn the skills you are actually passionate about from elsewhere.
Supplementary segment.
For this episode, I have not one but two videos for you from Dhruv Rathi, link to which will be made available in the episode description. Now these two videos go on to compare our education system with Germany's and Singapore's. One is slightly similar, another entirely different. Yet, both are regarded as one of the best in the world. So where is India going wrong? For example, I remember reading about the comparison being made between the physics exam conducted in India and Germany. So in India, you're basically asked to study 10 circuits, and one of those 10 circuits will finally come into your exam. But on the other hand, in Germany, you are given 10 circuits to study, and on the principles of which you'll be asked to design an 11th circuit. So how impressive is that? I think this speaks volumes of where we are lacking. Thank you so much everyone who took out time to listen to this episode, and if you would want to send in your responses to be discussed in the response segment or simply stay connected, you can follow me on Instagram. I am called Gavish Raptor with GAVISH_RAPTOR. Do not forget to follow the podcast to never miss new episodes every week.
You were listening to the Skeptical Student Show by Gavish Raptor, created as a part of Podcast Lab by India Film Project in association with Anchor by Spotify. You know, man.